So Sentinel been out there in Cosmos ecosystem for years. And we've seen a lot, and today I'd like to share you our journey from complexity of our own blockchain to actual mass adoption, to giving all the features that we have to offer to users in a way that they can enjoy them without having any special knowledge. So for those who don't know what Sentinel is, I'll briefly explain. Sentinel is a decentralized network of dVPN nodes. Anyone in the world can spin up their own dVPN server, dVPN node, on their web server, on their home PC, or even mobile device, and offer their bandwidth for others to use. So they can use their devices, their dVPN nodes, as exit nodes to access the web online and bypass regional restrictions. Sentinel proven to be much more resilient to censorship than any other VPN out there, beating centralized VPN easily in certain regions with most heavy internet censorship, such as China, Russia, and many others. But in decentralized world and decentralized application, there is a few things that are making it much more complex for people to use it. And today we're going to talk about them. So when you open a decentralized app on your mobile device, you need an account, right, to access your assets or anything else there. Should it be DeFi app? Should it be DePIN app? Whatever. We're going to start with mnemonic, right? 12 words, you put them at the start of the app to access your account. So we're going to use a mnemonic, right? No. Who wants a mnemonic? It is 12 words, you write it down on a piece of paper, you store it somewhere, you lose it, your asset's gone, everything's gone. Yeah, no one wants that. Another thing that is maybe concerning for people who are not familiar with crypto and new to this area, let's say, to this field, is things called gas fees. And gas fee errors can be confusing for those who are not experienced in this. And this is something that we don't want to have in the front end. That is something that we don't want people to see and experience, because user experience in the app should be as flawless as in any centralized app. In general, it feels like most of the decentralized apps nowadays require you to have a special knowledge, like basically you need to be as experienced as jet fighter pilot to operate it. We don't want that to be that way. So we decided that we're gonna make an effort for mass adoption so anyone could use decentralized apps without even knowing that it is decentralized. Like my grandma would use it. So there is a nice guy, Alan Kay, and he once said that people who really care about software should make their own hardware. And I think we can extrapolate that quote to blockchain as well. And people who really care about blockchain should care about mass adoption and availability of that product to everyone, not only to geeks and those who are experienced in that field. So what we did at Sentinel, we decided that we will break down the project into 3 things. In general, you can do that so with any decentralized platform, with any decentralized app. Everything starts with the core, with the blockchain itself, which is the engine of your product, right? It powers all the operations and works under the hood, and it makes it possible for your app to do what it does. Of course, there is a layer on top of it, which is client application, that is something that user can touch, user can feel, user can experience on their own device, install on their Mac, on their iPhone, Android device, whatever. But there is a third thing that most of the apps are lacking. And there is something that no one really cares about, but they should, is magic. A little touch of magic is something that is needed to all decentralized apps to make them work as smoothly as all centralized apps that people are get used to already. So we at Sentinel, we decided to found another company called Norse to make not only an app that uses our blockchain under the hood, but also making an app comfortable to use for those who are not experienced with the blockchain at all. So using Norse as our brand, we launched an application called dVPN that is available on App Store and Google Play already. And it is very simple. It is very straightforward, and it is available for everyone to use without any special knowledge. It does not require any mnemonics. It does not require to have you any experience with the blockchain whatsoever. This is how it looks like. So you got a pretty easy, pretty simple interface out there. You can just tap on this little button out here to pick a country of the VPN server you would like to connect to, and you will be presented with a list of countries of your choice. So you can have some selection here as the countries for free connectivity, and you can purchase a subscription to connect to more countries. In decentralized applications, you usually do so by doing some payments through decentralized means using MetaMask, Kepler, whatever. We thought that it might be a little bit more complex for people who are not experienced with decentralized apps. So we integrated centralized means of payments that are decentralized under the hood. So clicking the Try dVPN Plus button ends up with opening with a list of plans that you can choose, and you can pay with a double tap of the side button using classic means of payment within the app. And what it does, it takes your money from your centralized means of payment and it converts it seamlessly to cryptocurrency and executes transaction on your behalf under the hood. Afterwards, you will be able to pick a country that you would like to use. You can pick the city and you can pick the server you would like to connect to. Everything, the same experience and a centralized VPN application. Easy as that. So you end up with just one button that you need to press in order to get connected. No complicated process of setting up your account, no complicated process of figuring out how does it work. It just works. You just press a button, you get connected, that's it. So how we made it possible? We separated blockchain logic from the user experience. In a blockchain, we have a set of nodes that is operated on the Sentinel blockchain. Under the hood of the application, we have a wallet that is there, it is in the app, but you just don't see it. When you interact with the app, when the user interacts with the app, it sends transactions on your behalf to the Sentinel blockchain and does all the heavy lifting for you, so you don't have to think about it. And what user is left with is beautiful user experience. We decided that we can take this experience much further, and we can pack it into something that we call dVPN SDK. So any developer out there who is not even knowing anything about blockchain can integrate decentralized VPN into their existing centralized VPN applications or build their own new one. So we covered most of the platforms. We brought a beautiful application for mobile devices on iOS and Android. We made a beautiful app for tablets, for iPads, Android tablets. People love it. We also did not forget about desktop platforms as well, bringing our app to Mac, Windows, and other platforms. But there is one more category of devices that we're missing, and no one cared about them so much. And we were wondering why. What could it be? Where else could you have a VPN that would make sense? Is it like Tesla? Or maybe your kettle, PlayStation? No. The other category of devices that we have covered is TV platform. We introduced dVPN by Sentinel on both Android TV and tvOS by Apple, making it possible for people all over the world to watch their favorite content on Hulu, Netflix, YouTube, and other streaming platforms using dVPN. And this is something no centralized VPN can do, because all of these services, all of these streaming platforms are detecting centralized VPNs, and they cannot do so with the Sentinel. And this brought us massive success. As a matter of fact, dVPN app for tvOS became the #1 most downloaded app on the TV app store for in the category of top 3 apps. Yeah, thank you. And we didn't stop there. We pushed our experience even further. So we already had 3 beautiful applications on our chain. dVPN that I just demonstrated. We had a previous app called Solar dVPN, which had a bit more decentralized experience. You had mnemonic there, you have some tokens management there. We had another app we developed in partnership with developers in Turkey, like independent dVPN. It became extremely popular in the Middle East, like over 1 million downloads so far. And in the course of the last 2 years, we onboarded 3 new beautiful applications that all of them are already live. First one is Vault. Vault CEO here is Zach Wickstrom. Vault is a platform. It is a way for you to monetize your data. It is world's first transparent data brokerage platform that allows you to earn from your own data instead of data brokers earning money out of it. There is a RinVPN, which is existing centralized VPN service. They have over 5 million downloads so far, and now they adopted Sentinel dVPN to use our servers that are available on the blockchain instead of having their own infrastructure, so they can save costs. And another product out there called EncryptSIM, which is virtual SIM cards for traveling bundled with the dVPN. So when you travel to China or any other countries with the limitation of the connectivity there, you can have both data and access to your favorite websites, even if they're blocked there. So all of this progress was something that makes our next milestone possible. So far, Sentinel reached 1 million total unique users. And we went on #1 place of most monthly active users in Map of Zones. So this is our journey with Sentinel, and how do we exactly how do we make it possible for people to experience decentralization in a way that they can know not anything about blockchain or decentralized technologies, but still benefit out of it, having all the decentralization under the hood. Thank you.